And ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the Peterborough Sport and Wellness Center taking in some men's volleyball action today with the Fleming Knights facing the Seneca Sting. Fleming Knights to start the game with the serve. Never mind, Seneca will be starting with the ball. Tasobalis to serve for the Seneca Sting. Out, Fleming points. Spencer Berry to serve for the Knights. A nice dig by Stephen Cadmore keeps the play alive for the Knights. But Malik Walsh's kill was too much for the Knights to handle there. Spin serve by the Sting is out of bounds. Fleming point. Jackson Kilfoyle to serve for the Knights. Drops a nice little float serve in. Seneca Sting can't handle the ball. Oh, a big kill by Joel Howes. 3-1 Fleming. And Jackson Kilfoyle puts the ball into the net. Seneca ball. Steven sets Erich Perot with a humongous kill. Point Fleming. Fleming Knights are certainly going to look to Eric for their mode of attack. He leads the OCAA in kills right now. Eric to serve for the Knights. 4-2 Knights. Big kill by Tom Gallicus for the Seneca Sting. 4-3, Seneca serve. Thomas with a huge spin serve. It's too much to handle for the Knights, and it's an easy kill. Game's 4-4. Seneca serve. First year of Brandon Page with a big kill. Very athletic first year player, making a big impact starting for the Knights. Joel Howes to serve, 5-4 Knights. Fourth year Tom for the Seneca Sting with another big kill. Seneca Sting seem to be relying heavily on their senior, as he's got 3 out of the 5 points. Seneca ball. Great set by Stephen Cadmore to Brandon Page for the kill. 6-5 Knights. Stephen Cadmero to serve. Came off an injury last year. Certainly picked up back where he left off. Great player. Floats a serve in. Seneca, fourth year. Tom, once again, places that ball perfectly. Fleming just didn't seem to react fast enough. 6-6, Seneca serve. Float serve from the Sting, easily taken by Jackson. To Spencer. Good dig by the Seneca Sting setter. Free ball. Scotty Cockburn with the set. Brandon Page with a perfectly placed tip. Fleming point. Big kill by number 2, Malik Walsh. Seneca serve. Third-year student Tasso Ballas to serve. Serves it very long. Quite the unique approach to that serve. Easy Fleming point there. Spencer, back up to serve. 8-7 for the Knights. A big kill by number 13, David Lazarev for the Seneca Sting. A little slow on the block by Fleming. He ties game 8-8. Spin serve from Seneca. And shanked by Scotty Cockburn. Tough ball there. Lots of spin on it. 9-8 Seneca. There we go. Spin serve again. Scotty handles it quite easily. And there's a double touch called on Stephen Cadmero. Score is 10-8 for the Seneca Sting in the first set. Nice back set by Stephen to Jackson, who gets the kill easily. 10-9 for the Seneca Sting. Jackson's a first-year player for Fleming Knights. Very big role. Very strong offensively. Floats a serve in. Mishandles the serve. Seneca, it's a free ball. Stephen with the back set to Brandon Page. Just out. Almost painted the line. 11-9 Seneca. There seemed to be some sort of illegal rotation by the Fleming Knights. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Malik Walsh to serve again. Has some very nice Kyrie Irving shoes on. Free ball. Oh, nice dig by Jackson. Free ball back over to the Seneca Sting. Oh, huge kill by fourth-year Tom's Galax. Jackson almost had that dig, but he certainly got some power behind that swing. And the Knights take a timeout. It is 13-9 in the first set. We're coming live out of the timeout here. We've got some fans from the Fleming Knights soccer team here to support the boys. Got a ball boy, Daniel Grant, doing a fantastic job for Fleming. About to get live again. Seneca serve. Malik Welsh to serve. Float serve. And he serves that long, easy Fleming point. Nothing better than a long serve by the opposing team out of a timeout. Really gets the wheels turning. We got Eric Perot to serve. 13-10 Seneca. Oh, and a huge block by Joel House. There's a reason he's second in the OCAA in blocks, folks. And he shows us exactly why right there with that stuff. 13-11 Seneca. Eric to serve again. And an over-the-net violation by Seneca. That is point Fleming. They seem to be struggling with Eric's float serve, not passing the ball too well. Back set to Thomas, fourth year. Nice block by Joel again. Free ball for the Fleming. And Brandon Page into the net over the line. That will be a violation and a point for Seneca. 14-12, Seneca ball. Toms Galkis, Latvian, very strong serve. Fleming looks to free ball to Fleming. Steven to Brandon Page with a big kill out of bounds. Point Fleming, 14-13. The 6'8 monster Joel House to serve for the Fleming Knights. Tall guy, but such soft hands. Good dig by Eric, laying out for it. Jackson. And the Seneca setter pushed that ball out too far. Easy point for Fleming. Tie game, 14-14. Joel House really targeting the libero of the Seneca Sting on his serves. Free ball to Fleming. Eric comes in, sets it. Steven pushes out wide to Brandon Page, and he kind of fluffs the kill. Out of bounds, Seneca point. Number 1, Jeffrey Malikim, second year out of Scarborough, to serve for Seneca. Float serve right to Eric Perot. Quick set to Spencer. What a huge kill. 15-15. Knights really rallying around that kill there. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Grant is done with doing the ball services for the Knights. What a great job he did. Coming up to the stands to watch now. Fleming goes up for the block. Unfortunately, ball lands out of bounds. Seneca point, they're up 16-15. We have number 6, Ishmael Cote, serving for the Seneca Sting. Nice little short float serve to Eric. Handles it well. And they push the ball out of bounds. Point Seneca. 17-15 for the Seneca Sting. Just can't seem to get the timing right on those quick sets. Pushing it out wide to Jackson with an absolute monstrous kill. I think there's a dent in the gym floor down here. What a swing. 17-16 for the Seneca Sting. Brandon Page back to serve for the Knights. Nice little float serve. Good dig by the Fleming Knights. Keeps the play alive. Seneca setting. Nice tip. Blocked by Spencer. First here. Another block. Fleming Knights looking for a double touch there. No call. And there's a double hit called on Seneca. Point Fleming. Tie game 17-17. That was quite the rally, folks. Brandon Page back to serve again. Tie game. Sting make a substitution. Emmanuel Dansanto Amofa comes back into the game. Brandon Page just short with the float serve. Point Seneca. Our cameraman's a little tired. Doing a great job, though. Tasso Boss back to serve. Third-year player. And he serves it long once again. Having some unlucky at the serving stripe right now for him. But Fleming will take it. 18-18. Spencer Bieri to serve. First-year Ottawa resident coming to Fleming. Great pickup by the Knights. Oh, wow. Number 9 of the Sting, Emmanuel, absolutely punishes the ball straight down to the floor. A little slow on the block by Fleming. 19-18 Seneca. David Lazar back to serve. Seneca up 1. Very big that, and that's an ace for David. Spin serve is very, very deadly. 2018 Seneca. David with the spin serve again. And the Knights once again, miscommunication on their end. Back-to-back aces for David. Fleming calls timeout, looking to regroup. 21-18 Seneca in the first set. And we're back from the timeout. It's Seneca serve, 21-18. David to serve. Good dig by Scotty Cockburn off the serve. Steven backsets. Fleming pushes the ball. Nice dig by Scott Cockburn. To Eric Perot, who absolutely hammers one off David's face. That was a nice play all around by the Fleming Knights. Hoping to rally off this. Jackson to serve for the Knights. 21-19 in the first set. And the Knights go for the block, but luckily Jeffrey of Seneca Sting pushes that deep and out of bounds. 21-20. And Seneca calls a quick timeout to slow down the run by the Fleming Knights. And we're back from timeout. Jackson to serve for the Knights. Seneca back to number 9, Emmanuel. They are really, really implementing that quick set to him. He's gotten 4 straight kills off that quick set. It seems to be working for them. With that said, number 9 subbing out for number 2, Malik Welsh. Malik must be a special weapon in regards to serving. 22-20 Seneca Sting. Malik with the float, and it is long, out of bounds. Fleming really getting lucky with these unforced errors by the Seneca Sting. Eric Perot back to serve. Eric with the float serve. Oh, David lays out for the Seneca Sting, makes a great dig. Free ball to the Knights. Steven sets it to Brandon Page, a little long, and it is blocked but out of bounds. Great change of position by Brandon in midair to make that set work. Tie game, 22-22. Eric Perot dropping balls like it's nothing. Great serve, and it's long, pushed out of bounds. Eric Perot really making the defense work hard on the opening serve. Fleming Knight with 3 straight points to take the lead, 23-22 in the first set. Steven to a back set to Jackson, who absolutely unleashes a bomb off the Seneca Sting libero. 24-22. What a swing by Jackson. Eric Perot hoping to lead the game here, take the first set. There's a substitution for the Seneca Sting. Sydney coming in, second-year player. Gave the Fleming Knights some trouble last year. Very good player. Game point here for the Knights. Eric about to serve. Floats it in. Oh, and the miscommunication by the Sting as they set nobody out wide, and Fleming takes the first game 25-22. The Seneca Sting seem very puzzled right now. Definite miscommunication who's playing left side there. And the Fleming Knights take the first match, 25-22. Nice comeback. A lot of unforced errors by the Seneca Sting, and the Knights seem to attack that problem. Knights coming off a 2-game win over the past weekend. They played the Algonquin Thunder and La Cité, hoping to continue this win streak into this weekend. Up 1-0 on the Sting. We'll be back in 2 minutes to start Game 2 of the possible 5-game volleyball game. Thank you. And the start of the second game is about to begin. Both teams starting with the same lineups as game one. The ref's doing the old formation check to make sure everything is set in place. I believe Fleming Knights will start with the serve as Seneca started in game one. Just a quick clarification on terminology used, but we are good. Still live at the volleyball game. Brandon Page to serve to start game two. Brandon Page with the float serve. Number 8, Daniel Williams on the sideline. Always happy, always enthusiastic for his teammates. Hopefully he gets into this game. Here we go. Brandon to serve with the float. Oh, and Seneca comes with a quick loop around. Big kill for number 13, David. Fleming did not seem to be ready for that formation. 1-0 Seneca. David to serve. David with a spin serve. Brandon digs that easily. To Jackson with a very nice tip. And a libero for the Seneca lays out for it. And Seneca pushes it out deep, but it was tipped, unfortunately, so point Seneca, 2-0. Setter Stephen Cadmero talking to Eric Bro about location on the court. David to serve. Eric with an absolute monster kill. Oh, he is fired up right now. 2-1 Fleming. Here we go. Joel Howe's coming in and take off Scott Cockburn. Spencer to serve. Stephen Cadmero constantly giving high fives. What a great team player. And they do the quick to number 9. Big swing and it's inbounds once again. Emmanuel has a lot of kills in the first set and 4 points of this match. Fleming Knight's certainly going to have to get up to the net and block that quicker. That may cause some trouble later. Emmanuel with a deep serve. David once again with a back row smash. Seems to be causing the Knights a lot of trouble right now. 4-1 Seneca. Emmanuel to serve. Emmanuel with another deep serve. Scotty Cockburn has to run back with it, and it was a double touch by setter Stephen Cadmero of the Fleming Knights. Not the exact start the Knights wanted for this game, too. Hopefully we can turn things around here. Emmanuel to serve. Floater to Jackson, who retrieves that easily. Set to Iric, and a humongous block by fourth-year Thomas Galkis from Latvia. Iric is a very, very strong attack, and just great defense played by the Seneca Sting on that point. 6-1 Seneca. Emmanuel with the deep serve. Almost off back wall. Fleming will take it. 6-2. Jackson to serve.
Jackson serving 2-6.
Jackson with the float serve. Oh, defense struggles to handle it. Libero pushes it. It'll be a free ball for the Fleming Knights. Jackson saves it. Stephen pushes it wide to Eric Perot with an absolute hammer kill right off the fingertips of number 6. Great set by Stephen. 6-3 for the Seneca Sting. And Tom Galkis pushes it out. Swings very hard, but sometimes accuracy is a bit more important than power. Jackson to serve. Oh, a little miscommunication by the Sting. Oh, and Joel Howes goes up for a block and unfortunately misses it a second. Loss of serve at Seneca's. Tom serving for the Seneca Sting. Tom also with this spin serve. Fleming keeps the line, and Eric Perot pushes a little wide. Oh, they actually call over the net on Seneca Sting. Point Fleming. We will take it. Seneca is celebrating and fooled me. But so 7-5 for the Seneca Sting. Eric Perot to serve. Nice float serve to David. And that quick set to number 6. Ismail Koti really seemed to be implementing that quick in the middle that Fleming hasn't been able to pick up yet. 8-5 for Seneca. Jeffrey to serve for the Seneca Sting. Stephen pushes out wide to Brandon Page. And a huge block by number 6, Ishmael. Great defense on that play. 9-5 Seneca. Jeffrey to serve in his green highlighter shoes. Very styling. Seems to be an issue with the score. That is fixed. Seneca to serve. Jackson to Steven. Pushes it back out wide to Brandon. Huge block by second year Sidney Wilding. This is what I was talking about earlier in the first game. He is very athletic. Need to try to work around him. 10-5 Seneca. Float serve to Scotty Cockburn. Steven has to run onto it a bit. Back row hit by Eric. Retrieved by the Seneca. To Thomas. Joel House, and just gets caught up in the block there, unfortunately. Seneca gets the point. Just an inch closer than that. Joel has that stuff easily. Fleming Knights seem a little flustered right now. Jackson with the dig. Brandon Page goes up and places it perfectly off Tom's hands. You saw that there was a double block coming in, just placed the ball perfectly. 11-6 for the Seneca Sting. Joel House to serve. Joel House with an absolute laser right to David, who retrieves it. Block by Spencer. Fleming retrieve it. Steven sets. Back row to Eric Perot, who hammers it at the libero. What a great... He jumped almost out of the gym with that hit. Fleming Knights looking to build off that. 11-7. Team morale seems to be a lot more up. Joel House to serve. Oh, Joel. Wow, Seneca keeps that alive with some acrobatic plays. Big set to Brandon Page. Hammers the ball. $11-8 for the Seneca Sting. Fleming with 3 straight points in a row. Joel House serves back middle. And they set the quick, and Fleming seems to block it, but touches the net, unfortunately. Point Seneca, 12-8. Lost the serve for Fleming. Ishmael Koti to serve for Seneca. Michael Chow subbing in for Jeffrey. First appearance for Mr. Chow. First year player out of Scarborough. Ishmael to serve for Seneca. Serves it short to Spencer, who takes that easily. Quick set to Spencer, who absolutely hammers the ball off the ground. My goodness, that fired up the Fleming bench. You could hear it from a mile away. What a swing. 12-9 for the Seneca Sting. Stephen Cadmero to serve. Float serve to back left corner. Sidney with the tip and places it perfectly in bounds back corner. What a shot. 13-9 Seneca. Sidney the serve. Float serve right to Eric Perot. Quick set to Spencer, and Stephen Cadmero really on point with those quick sets. Spencer seems to be swinging very well. 13-10 lost to serve Seneca. Fleming ball. First year Brandon Page with the serve. Floats it in. Sidney with the back set to David, and he swings very hard out of bounds, though. Point Fleming, 13-11. Oh, Brandon Page throws a spinner to the libero, who doesn't seem to handle it. But the Latvian powerhouse, Toms Galkis, with an absolute hammer. Point Seneca, 14-11. Fleming Knights really need to figure out some blocks there. He has the majority of the points for the Seneca Sting. David with the spin serve for Seneca. Handled easily by Scott Cockburn. And, just sneaks over the net and drops on Seneca's side. That was unexpected. Some mind games played by the setter of Fleming Knights, Stephen Cadmero. Spencer Berry serving for the Fleming Knights. Spencer with the float serve to the libero. Sidney with the set. To Chow, who came in, and she calls. The play is called in. Very close call. Fleming seems to disagree, but nonetheless, point Seneca Sting, 15-12. Emmanuel to serve. Floats it to Erich. Eric comes up and hammers a kill. Very emphatic kill by Eric. He's very fired up. Just did a quick Superman celebration pull on his jersey. Hopefully the Fleming Knights can use this. Jackson to serve. Float serve. Drops it right in perfectly. Sidney has to rush to the ball. Far push out. Easy set for the Knights. Joel with a quick. Dug by the Seneca Sting. Pushes out wide to Chow, who hits it off net and lands on the Seneca Sting side. Point Fleming. Stephen Cadmero seems quite excited that he got a block. Not sure how many he's gotten in his career, but certainly a fridge hanger for Mom. Jackson to serve. Fleming Knights only down one now, 15-14. Jackson to serve. Free ball for the Fleming Knights. Stephen lays out for the ball. Tough play by Erich. He makes it work and keeps it in play. What a swing. And the Fleming Knights get a point. Great work by Eric Perot. Certain leader on the floor that the Knights look up to. Tie game for Fleming Knights, 15-15. Great comeback. Certainly persevering through that tough first part of the match. Jackson to serve once again. And another block by Stephen Cadmero. That's two, baby. That's two and three little serves here. What an absolute threat at the net. Who knew? Soft hands, great sets, and can block the ball too. He's just a Swiss Army knife. 16-15 Fleming. Great serve by Jackson Float. They have to. This is going to be a free ball for the Fleming Knights. Steven setting the ball to Eric Perot on left side. Nice tip. And fourth year, Toms Galkis, with another kill. Tie game, 16-16. Tom to serve for the Seneca Stings. He's throwing the spin serve. Erich handles that easily. Erich wants that ball. Eric Perot wants that ball. The ball is the size of a hot air balloon for that man right now. He is swinging for the fences. Seems unstoppable right now. Eric looks to use that momentum with the serve. Quick set yet again to Ishmael, number 6. Called out off the top of the net and out of bounds. Fleming will take it. Got lucky there, but 18-16. Eric back to serve. Rocking some stylish knee pads, must I say. Floats the ball in. David takes it for Seneca. Sidney pushes out for the kill. Another block by Stephen Cadmero. Who is this man? He had his Wheaties this morning for breakfast, absolutely. Usually an offensive presence, showing his defensive skills there for absolute sure. Seneca calls the timeout. What a run by the Fleming Knights. Lots of credit goes to Stephen Cadmero, their setter, for playing both ends of the court defensively and offensively. Timeout, Knights. During that timeout, you heard first-year head coach for the Seneca Sting, Predrag Gajic, really emphasizing his players to swing hard even though the blocks are up. It's 1916 Fleming, Eric to serve. Float serve to David. Sidney. Back set to Tom, who swings very hard. Jackson dives down, makes the play. Stephen Cadmero, easy ball, and Eric pushes it deep. Tip. Scotty Cockburn takes the tip easily. Stephen quick set to Joel House, who swings, and they Seneca Sting recover. David with a hit, and Eric just mishandles the ball. Point Seneca. 19-17 Seneca. Eric really frustrated with himself. Feels like he could have got that ball. Certainly looked a lot tougher up in the stands than it must have on the court. Good try by the Fleming captain, Eric. Scott Cockburn. Quick set to Stephen. Another free ball. Stephen, back set to Eric, who has to tip it a little too far. And Fleming keeps it alive. Sidney pushes it out to the left side. David swings and off Fleming's hands and out of bounds. Point Seneca. 19-18. Fleming Knights really looking towards Scott Cockburn and Eric right now for some momentum. Number 1, Jeffrey, serving for Seneca. Jackson handles the serve. Stephen with a quick little tip, and Seneca retrieves the ball. David with the pass. Scott Cockburn lays out and unfortunately can't keep the ball up. Tie game, 19-19. Jackson to serve, tie game. Jackson retrieves the serve. Sets to Brandon Page first year and places it perfectly off Sidney. Brandon, usually a very hard swinger, placing the ball perfectly with tips. And we have a substitution for the Fleming Knights. Edward Running Adams, quite possibly the best name in the OCAA for all sports, coming in to serve for Joel House. Edward with the serve. Great float serve on him. And it's a tip by Seneca, which Fleming retrieves easily. Stephen pushes it back row for Eric, who unleashes a bomb. Seneca makes a good defensive play and keeps the ball alive. And a huge block by Spencer, back over to Fleming's side. Edward Running Adams sets it, back set to Brandon, flips it over. Sidney saves it. David, free ball again. Edward digs it. Stephen running all over the court. Brandon Page keeps it alive. And the Seneca Sting finally break through the Fleming defense, and David gets a kill. Loss of serve, Fleming. 20-20. Ishmael Cote back to serve for the Seneca Sting. Tie game. Floater by number 6. Eric retrieves that easily. Scott sets it quick to Spencer, who hammers a ball down to the ground. They might have to check that ball if there's enough air in there. He might have. The Fleming Knights are very, very loud and excited after that kill. Very quick. Stephen with the float. Seneca has some troubles handling it. Tom with a block. Spencer puts one right back down. What a block. Timed it perfectly and went straight down to the floor. Stephen serving, 22-20 Fleming. And they push the ball out to David, who once again gets another kill on the Knights. 22-21 Fleming. Seneca serve. Number 16, Sydney for the Seneca Sting to serve. She floats it in, right to Eric in the middle. Steven pushes it right back to Spencer again. Great dig by the Seneca Sting. Fleming has a free swing again. Brandon Page gets it through. Once again, 23-21. Brandon Page having a great second game. Really placing the ball well. Kudos to him. First-year player coming in. No fear at all. Float serve to the Seneca Sting. Sydney back set to David. And they keep absolutely feeding him the ball. And it seems to be working, so why not? 23-22 for the Knights. David to serve. Wiping the dust off his feet to throw up this very fierce spinner. Eric retrieves it. Quick set to Spencer. And it gets over and just touches the floor. Point Fleming, 24-22. Game point for Fleming. Joel Howe's coming back into the front row. Scotty Cockburn. Oh, Scotty Cockburn came off. Joel runs off the court because it was a legal substitution. Almost falls into the door, but maintains his balance. Subs Edward running Adams out of the game. Back front row. Game point. Spencer to serve for the Knights. Spencer with the float. Libero takes the serve. Back to fourth year Tom, who absolutely slams another one down to the court. It seems Tom seems to always make that swing happen and perfect and get that point if he has some time with no blocks. Fleming certainly needs to get to the net a bit faster for him. Number 9, Emmanuel with a very weak floater. Pushes it over. Free ball for the Fleming Knights. Scotty keeps it up. And Fleming called for over the net. Point Seneca, tie game, 24-24. Jackson puts his hand up saying, my bad. Tad aggressive at the net, trying to make that play. Emmanuel to serve. Short serve to Eric Perot. Steven setting it up. Back set to Jackson. And big block by Jeffrey of Seneca Sting. 25-24 for Seneca. Very nice block. Fleming looking to rally to try to get this game too. Emmanuel to serve. Floater. Scotty Cockburn takes it. Steven with the bump. Eric keeps it alive. Tips off Tom. Sydney pushes it middle. And pushes it right back by Jackson. Free ball for the Fleming Knights. Eric Burrow calls for it. Absolutely hammers one down. Off the Seneca Sting defender and out of bounds. Point Fleming. This is a barn burner. Back and forth. Great play by both teams. Milton, Ontario native Jackson Kilfoyle to serve for the Fleming Knights. Floater by Jackson. Pushes it back outside. Free ball for the Fleming Knights. Steven back out to Eric. Hits it. Seneca recovers. David with the back row tip. Scotty with the pancake. Holy breakfast. What a save. And a block by Joel Howe. Sydney keeps it alive for the Seneca Sting. David to number 4th year Tom. Steven takes the ball. Scotty comes in to set. Eric calls for it. Wants it. Blocked. He pushes it back over Seneca. Sydney. Quick to the middle. And he gets the point right in front of Joel Howe's block. Unfortunate. Great hustle shown by Scott Cockburn, though. Game point. Tom to serve for the Seneca Sting. Scott digs that easily. He backs it to Jackson. And off the block. Back to Fleming for the point. 26-26. Great swing by Jackson. Seemed to be just swinging as hard as he could to try to keep it out of bounds. They had two players up to block that swing. 26 all Eric Perot to serve. Floater. It's long and out of bounds. Very frustrated with himself. Unforced errors are kills the team like that. It's okay. Coach Mike Belsey, legend in the Fleming volleyball scene, reassuring his team it's all good. Number 1 Jeffrey, serving to Scott Cockburn. Steven takes a dig. Quick set to Joel. Seneca responds. Tip by Sydney. Stevens keeps it alive. Brandon Page. Free ball for Eric Perreault. Libero takes the set. Sydney to the quick middle. Good block by Brandon Page and Joel House. Back set for Eric Perreault. Hammers it, and it stays in bounds. Seneca points. Seneca takes game 2. 28-26. Very, very tight match. This is going to be a great game, folks. During the timeout of Game 2, Ken, the Fleming legend who does the commentating for all sports teams, was saying the stat lines for the game. Very even distributed scoring for the Fleming Knights. Certainly a team effort. Tied 1-1 with 2 minutes till the third game. Seneca Sting, coaches talking amongst themselves while the players also talking to themselves. One minute left to the start of Game 3. Should go over some stats for the Fleming Knights. Eric Perreault, third-year player number 11, leading the league in OCAA for kills and kills per set. Certainly an offensive threat, along with Joel House. Second-year 6'8" monster in the middle. Second in the OCAA in blocks. And Captain Scott Cockburn, number 6 for the Knights, libero position. Fourth in digs for all the OCAA. We certainly have some OCAA leaders on this team. Hopefully we can use some of these skills to take Game 3 of this set. Both teams coming out seem to have the same lineups as the first 2 matches. Seneca Sting will start with the ball. Fleming Knights has a very, very strong coaching staff. We have Mike Belsey, as mentioned earlier, very well known in the volleyball scene, third year as the head coach for the Fleming Knights, along with the help of Clay Kushman, Brandon Sonnenberg, and Jordan Ross, all former Fleming Knights volleyball players, all experienced in the OCAA scene and playoff scene. So hopefully their knowledge can help this Fleming Knights team this year. Seneca to start the Game 3 with serve. Sydney will be beginning. And the serve is in. Floater by Sydney. Retrieved by Scott Cockburn easily. Quick set to Spencer and blocked off Emmanuel off Eric on Fleming's side. Point Seneca. Emmanuel, a very big presence at the net. Gonna have to smartly place the ball to get it by him there for absolute sure. Eric calls for a right back and just hits it a bit short into the net. Point Seneca 2-0. Sydney with the float serve. Back to Jackson, who absolutely hammers the ball right by Sydney. Holy moly. Sydney hits the deck. Was not expecting the power coming out from there. 2-1 Fleming. Great swing by Jackson. Spencer to serve. Float serve just over the net. What a place. Sidney, quick set, and David comes back. Dug by Brandon Page. Set to edge, and double touch by Stephen Cadmero. Unfortunate. David Lazarev to serve for the Seneca Sting. Spinner coming in. What a serve. Free ball for the Seneca Sting. And Jeffrey from the Sting sends it right back with a very nice block. 4-1 Seneca. David to the spin. Good dig by Scotty Cockburn. Pushes it out to Eric Perreault, and they hit it, and just stays in bounds. Free ball for the Knights. Eric retrieves it. Stephen back set to Jackson, who tips it perfectly. Point Fleming. Great unorthodox movement by Jackson to make that point work. Very well done. 4-2 for Seneca. Jackson serving. Float serve, right to number 1, Jeffrey of Seneca Sting. Sidney with a humongous back set to Tom, fourth year. Stephen lays out for it, and the Knights just miss it. Great hustle shown by the Fleming Knights on that play. Point Seneca, 5-2. Emmanuel to serve for the Seneca Sting. Easy serve. Scott Cockburn pushes it a bit. Fleming gets very lucky. Scott pushes the dig over the net right back to Seneca, where they push the ball out of bounds immediately. Kind of jumping the gun. Very lucky. 5-3 for the Sting. Eric Perreault to serve. Nice float serve right in the middle. It makes David lay out for it. Back set to number 4. Humongous block by Joel Howes. He lets them know. He stares back right where the ball hit the ground. Great defense by him. Joel Howes certainly improved very much over the course of this summer, coming back with some new skill sets that he's definitely implementing in games. Eric Perreault running to the crowds, keeps the ball inbounds. Stephen Cadmero just misses the line and pushes it out of bounds. 6-4 Seneca Sting. Tom Galkus to serve for the Seneca Sting. Very strong spin serve. And he just pushes it long as the Knights pull back as it is out. Great call by Eric Perreault, back row. 6-5 for the Seneca Sting. Joel just gets it over the net. Quick set. Guarded by the Fleming Knights. Long, and Brandon Page pushes it off the antenna, resulting in an out-of-bounds call. Point Seneca, 7-5 for the Sting. Certainly a tough ball for Brandon Page to get you there. Is a little further out wide than he must have expected. Jeffrey to serve for Seneca. Eric keeps it alive. Stephen, quick set to Spencer. Hammers it off Sidney, but they keep it up. To David. Off Jackson's chest. He somehow keeps it alive. Brandon Page off Sidney. Stephen Cadmero back set to Jackson. Absolutely unleashes a ball. Tipped off Seneca. Point Fleming. Great swing. 7-6. Third kill for Jackson of this set. Stephen Cadmero to serve for the Knights. David Lazar keeps the ball alive. Quick set to Ishmael. Off Jackson Foyle's head, and the ball stays alive. What a play. Accidental or not, unbelievable. This rally, let me tell you. Brandon Page with a kill. Hammers it off Sidney. Let's go Knights. 7-7, baby. Stephen Cadmore to serve. Tie game, 7-7. What a last rally. Holy. Had us all at the seat of our pants there in the bleachers. Spencer gets a tip on that to block it. Sydney backsets. Free ball. Oh, miscommunication by Fleming. They get the ball over still. Sydney pushes out to David. Off the net. Still alive. Spencer pushes out to Brandon Page again. Hammers it. Humongous block by Sydney of the Seneca Sting. What a vertical on the guy. Half his body seemed to be over the net on that play. Ishmael to serve for Seneca Sting. 8-7 Seneca. Weak floater. Retrieved easily. Spencer quick right off the Latvian for the point. 8-8 Fleming. Brandon Page to serve for the Fleming Knights. Back and forth game. All three games been very, very close. Anybody's match. Brandon with the float right to David Lazar. Sydney quick set to Ish. And Emmanuel with the quick kill once again. Very tough to. Sydney hides that set very well. 9-8. Sydney to serve. Stephen Cadmore pushes out to Eric Perot. Off Sydney's face and out of bounds. Sydney jumps right back up. Great effort to try to stop the kill, but Eric's swing just too strong. We've got the commentating going on behind the women's Seneca Sting. They just beat the Fleming Knights in a nail-biter 5-game set. Cheering on their team as they should. 9-9 in this game. Quick set to Emmanuel. Once again, another point for him. Fleming really struggling to stop that. 10-9 Seneca Sting. David Lazar, the spin master himself. And actually, a very rare unforced error by David. Great server, puts it into the middle of the net there. May have just had a little too much English on that ball to handle. 10-10, Jackson to serve for Fleming. To the libero, Sydney, back set to the Latvian, Tom Galkis, and he easily puts that down. What a player. Absolutely majestic, flying through the air the way he swings. Emmanuel to serve for the Seneca Sting. Jackson retrieves that easily. Eric calls for it. He wants it. Huge hit. It's out of bounds. Comes off the Seneca block, and Fleming lets it hit the floor very close to the line, but nonetheless, point Fleming. 11-11. Eric Pro to serve. Girlfriend Stephanie Dimension passing him the ball. Maybe whispering him some good luck there. Hopefully it works here. Spin serve. Fleming Knights gets up, blocks it. Oh, pushes out to the bleachers. Free ball for the Knights. Scott Cochran retrieves it. And Manuel comes up. Free ball again for the Knights. Sets it to Brandon Page. Hammers it. Keeps it alive. Scott Cochran. Steven pushes it. Free ball for the Seneca Sting. And Eric Perot unfortunately puts it into the net. Tough break for the Fleming Knights. 12-11 Seneca Sting. Tom Geikis having a fantastic first two games for the Seneca Sting to serve. What a serve. My goodness, it's a cannon. Brandon Page pushes the ball deep, hoping for set up the defense here. Number one, Jeffrey Melekdom of the Seneca Sting with a kill down the line. Seneca Sting 13-11. Fleming coach Mike Belsey really emphasizing the importance of staying low to get those digs. Tom back to serve once again. Spin serve into the net. Point Fleming will take it. 13-12. Got Joel Howes going back to serve. Joel Howes with the flow deep. Number one, Jeremy, who takes it easily. Sid with a quick set to Emmanuel. And Spencer sends it back with a humongous block. He timed that perfectly. First time I'm sorry, it was not Emmanuel. It was actually Ishmael that got blocked. Two very similar players. Nonetheless, great block by Spencer. Joel Hauser serve. Tie game, 13-13. David Lazar with the ball. Sidney pushes out E to Jeremy. Blocked by Spencer. Brandon takes it. Stephen Cadmero back set to Eric Burrow, who takes off. Holy moly. Space Jam theme song. He jumps so high. But Seneca keeps it alive. And unfortunately, Fleming tips it out of bounds and touches net. Point Seneca, 14-13. Jeffrey to serve for the Seneca Sting. Up 1, 14-13. Spencer, quick set from Steven, and he makes them pay. Very quick with the swing. Great job. Tie game once again, 14-14. Stephen Cadmero serving. Second year, Stephen serving. David Lazar goes up, blocked by Jackson. Seneca retains the ball. Quick set to Ishmael. Save. Free ball for the Knights. Pushes Scott Cockburn, pushes it deep. Sidney back to the middle again. Ishmael. Spencer says, not this time. Puts it right back down to his hand. Spencer really getting a good read on those quick sets now. Must have heard the commentator up in the stands here. 15-14 Knights. Takes the lead first time of this game. Oh, very, very sly play by Sidney. Fakes the set and tips it down perfectly down the line. Point Seneca. 15-15. What a great play by Sidney. Number 6, Ishmael to serve for the Seneca Sting. Spencer, once again, just pushes it wide out of bounds. Unfortunate. Great swing on the guy. Seneca certainly wasn't expecting that. Just a little out of bounds. 16-15 Seneca. Ishmael to serve. Float serve. Eric handles that easily. Steven pushes that out wide to Jackson, who hammers it. Sidney, with a stone-cold face, sends it right back to the Fleming side. Point Seneca. What a guy. Sidney, listed at 5'11", jumps out of the gym, let me tell you. Humongous block. His third of the game. 17-15. Steven, quick set to Spencer. Spencer tries to tip it. And Fleming Knights go up to block the serve and touch the net, which results in a violation. Point Seneca, 18-15. And Knights call a timeout, try to regroup a little here. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Got the Fleming Knights soccer team here supporting the Fleming Knights. Got one of the rookies to make a quick McDonald's run. What a guy. Got some McDonald's Monopoly drinks in here to quench the thirst. Certainly a tight game. Coming out of the timeout, Ishmael to serve again. 18-15 Seneca. Little float serve coming from Ishmael. Scotty Cochran hits the deck but serves it, and that was a unlucky set. One-handed push set by Steven. I don't think he was ready for that. 19-15 Seneca. Knights trying to regroup here. Ishmael to serve. Floater. Ira channels it. Pushes it out to Jackson. Jackson keeps it in bounds. Great swing. Back left corner. Just paints the line. 19-16. Fleming really needed that. Let's hope we can build off that. First year, Brandon Page to the line. Let's see what we can do here. Brandon with the float serve. Pushes it deep middle. Sidney gets it, fakes the quick, and David Lazar makes them pay. Only sending one blocker out to the left side, and he makes it pay. Great swing. Loss of serve, Fleming, 2016 Seneca. Sidney to serve. Hopefully Fleming can take advantage of Sidney being in the back row here, not near the net. Get some swings in. Floater. Handled by Brandon. Serve to Erich. He immediately takes advantage of Sidney being in the back row. Shows the Fleming bench the belt. Great celebration, I must say. 2017 for Seneca. Joel Howe's back on in the front row. Him, Jackson, and Eric holding down the net. Spencer to serve. Float serve by Spencer, number 4. Oh, through the libero's hands. Can't handle it. Too much English. Here we go, 20-18. Fleming making a little run of themselves. Great placement by Spencer. Number 5, Grender Dillon, second-year player. Seneca just struggling a little right now. Trying to use this momentum. Center right back. David pushes it out to Tom. And off the hands and out of bounds. Tom, very, very, very hard swing. Once again, Sidney passing that ball. He seems to be a part of every single point Seneca's getting. David Lazarov about to serve for the Seneca Sting, 21-18. Great eye by the back row of Fleming Knights. Lets that go deep, out of bounds. Point Fleming, 21-19. Jackson to serve. Jackson with the float to Jeffrey. Keeps it to Sidney. Quick set to Emmanuel. Keeps it alive. And just sneaks under the net. Point Seneca, 22-19. Emmanuel pushes it deep. Fleming point. Eric Pro with the float serve. Ishmael, quick set to Ishmael in the middle. He punishes the Fleming for not setting up that block fast enough. Seneca up 23-20. Tom serving for the Seneca Sting. Spin serve. Oh, off Jackson's arms. Mike Belsey trying to get out of the way, but that ball was too far out of bounds. Great power on the serve. 24-20. Looking grim for the Knights this set. Tom backs to serve. Game point. Spin serve. Scotty Cockburn makes a call. Lets it go out. Great call on his part. 24-21. And Edward Running Adams entering back into the game for Joel House to serve. Hopefully we can get some a little magic going from number 7 of the Fleming Knights. Eddie throws in a float serve. Seneca handles it. Oh, tipped. Tom fakes the swing and plays it perfectly and goes off a tip on Fleming and hits the deck. 25-21 for Seneca Sting in the third game of this 5-game matchup. Let's hope this game goes to 5, folks, which means Fleming will take the win of the next game. We'll be back in 45. And we are back, folks, for Game 4 of this matchup between the Seneca Sting and Fleming Knights. Fleming Knights lost a close Game 3 there, 25-21. A couple unforced errors that we can clean up, and that will be easy wins for us, hopefully. Both lineups the same. We've got some noisemakers in the crowd for the Fleming Knights supporting their team. Brandon Page to start this game off with the serve. Really abusing that libero. Free ball for the Knights. And Jackson sends it right down. Great play by Jackson Spencer, setting up the block and pushing that right to the ground. 1-0 Fleming. Brandon with a float serve back to the libero of Seneca. To Tom, and Scotty with a huge dig. Great play. Keeps it alive, sends it back over. Sidney, quick set, out of bounds. Emmanuel swings very hard, but places it outside the lines. Point Fleming, 2-0. Brandon Page to serve. Floats to the back row, Jeffrey. Sidney with the one-handed set. Unbelievable, but Jackson puts it right back down to the floor. The libero for the Seneca Sting not ready for it. Brandon to serve. 3-0 Fleming. Short serve, Sidney. Back set to David. David with another block by Spencer. Sidney pushes it, sends it back to David. He hammers it again off Stephen Cadmero's hand. Just too powerful. Point Seneca, 3-1. David to serve for the Seneca Sting. With the spin serve. Sends it, Scotty takes out with ease. Back set to Spencer, and he just mishits it. Doesn't get it over the net. Point Seneca, 3-2. Scotty Cockburn keeps the serve alive. To Eric Perot. Hammers it off the antenna, unfortunately. Point Seneca. David with the spin swerve. Scotty handles it once again. Set to Eric. Off the hands of Emmanuel. Seneca keeps it alive. Sidney pushes out to Jeffrey, who swings. Brandon lays out and keeps it alive. Spencer sets it to Eric. Eric goes, hammers it down. David lays out on the ground, keeps it alive. Free ball for Fleming. Brandon Page sets it. Stephen Cadmero, quick set to Spencer. Off the block and out of bounds. Point Fleming. What a rally. Oh, Brandon Page lays out for it, keeps the ball alive. Jackson, and just pushes it out of bounds. Unfortunate. Point Seneca, tie game, 4-4. Eric Perot retrieves the serve. Quick set to Joel Housen. He punches it right down. Point Fleming. Great swing by Joel Housen. Sounds like we're at a live soccer match in Europe with all the vuvuzelas going on here. 5-4 Fleming. Jackson to serve. Sidney pushes it out wide to Jeffrey. Oh, Scott Cochran lays out with one hand. He keeps it alive. Right to Eric Perot. Blocked by Seneca. Back to Fleming. Jackson takes off. Lets it go. Good dig by Seneca. And David smashes it right into the net. Point Fleming, 6-4. Fleming Knights bench really amping up the players on the court right now. Seneca player talking to the ref about the previous call made. Head coach inquiring about something. I can't tell from here. The side ref says that's enough by the looks of it to the head coach. Fleming serve. 6-4. Tom comes back and absolutely pipes one. Pipes one right off Eric Perreault's head. Unlucky. Just through the block. Eric Perreault not affected at all. Great player. He'll bounce back with a huge kill himself. 6-5 for Fleming. Tom with the serve. Spinner to Scotty Cockburn. Steven sets it to Erich, calls it right back. Seneca keeps it alive, pushes it out wide to Jeffrey. Brandon Page lays out, keeps it alive. Back set to Jackson, tips it. Libero keeps it alive for Seneca. Block. Too far. Jackson frustrated himself for pushing that set a little too far into the net, giving the Seneca Sting an easy point there. 6-all. Tom's back to serve. And spinner, Scotty, very good at receiving those serves. Huge block by Sidney. Once again, Eric Perreault. Great swing, but an even bigger block. 7-6 Seneca. Our cameraman can't believe how high that Sidney got on that block there. Unbelievable. 7-6 Seneca. Oh, and the spin serve off the net back onto Seneca side. Point Fleming, 7-7. Gotta love unforced errors. Unforced errors. Missing a serve is like going to a vending machine and the 2 bags of chips coming down instead of 1. Great job. 7-7 Fleming serve. Off the block, Erich keeps alive. Stephen Cadmore pushed out to Brandon Page first year. Blocks it off the head. Point Seneca. I guess it did not hit the Seneca player, just went into the net and they called 4 hits. Point Seneca, 8-7. I just got to go ahead to do a live interview after the game, so hopefully it's a winning interview. Don't know if the players will like me too much, but hey, we'll keep it going. Brandon Page with a huge swing. And Tom from Seneca puts it into the net. Point Fleming, 8-8. This is a back and forth game, folks. Joel House to serve. 8-8. Joel House with a float serve. Absolute laser over the net. Not even really a floater. Great block by Stephen Cadmore. Back to David again. He tips it. Jackson keeps alive, and Eric takes a tumble trying to get to that. Unfortunate tip for the Fleming Knights there. 9-8 Seneca. Fleming takes the serve. Spencer, right down to the ground. Oh, what a swing. Absolute windmill arms on Spencer. What a swing. The power. Sidney pushes out to David. Comes back. Jackson with the block. Touches paints line. Point Fleming. What a block. To be able to keep that in bounds. Unbelievable. 10-9 Fleming. Stephen Cadmore to serve. Float serve. Seneca with some trouble. Oh, miscommunication. Easy ball for Fleming. Great pass by Scotty to Stephen to Brandon Page. Sidney is wilding out right now. What a block. This guy is nothing to mess with. He's got a smile on his face. This is like a game of beach volleyball for him. Always a smile regardless of the score. What a player. Sidney to serve. Sends a float to Erich. Sidney with the set to Tom. Tom hammers a ball, but it is out of bounds. Great call by Scott to let it go out of bounds. Point Fleming, 11-10. Brandon Page to serve for the Knights. Very crucial game. Oh, David comes from behind. Scotty lays out for it. Oh, he keeps it alive. What a play. Spencer drops it over the net. Sidney back set to David. And off Scotty's arms. Too much to handle. What a swing. David swings with some anger. He's got some power coming behind those hits. Holy. With the spinner. Scotty handles the spinner pretty well. Eritz goes up and says, no. This is my court. With a monster kill. Puts the Knights back up 1, 12-11. Spencer to serve for the Knights. Float serve to Jeffrey. Handles it. Sidney pushes it out wide to Jeffrey. And unlucky. Just gets through the block of Joel Hausen Jackson. Tie game. 12-12. Seneca serve. Emmanuel to serve. Scott Cockburn. Quick set to Joel. Off net. Back to Fleming side. Point Seneca. 13-12. Brandon Page plays a little game of triple jump and gets out of the way of that ball. Goes out of bounds, back line. Both the Fleming Knights players were about to go for it, but he last minute made a decision to jump over the ball. What a play. Tie game, 13-13. Jackson to serve. Float serve. What a back set. Holy moly. Sidney, but Eric Perreault sends it right back to Tom, where Tom pushes out of bounds. What a defensive play by the captain. Jackson to serve. Fleming up 1, 14-13. Jackson just pushes that out of bounds on the serve. Almost painted line. Tie game, 14-14. Tom to serve for the Seneca Sting. Throws up a fat spinner. Stephen Cadmer can't handle the dig by Jackson and pushes it out of bounds. 15-14 Seneca. This Tom guy is certainly causing problems for the Fleming Knights right now at the line. Spin serve. Jackson with a good dig. Steven has to run a bit for it. Eritz gets it, pushes a deep corner. Sidney, quick set to Ishmael. Joel says, nah, not in my house, boy. And again, but just pushes it out of bounds. Great effort by Joel, just a little out of bounds. Fleming Knights down 2, 16-14. Joel to serve. Sorry, Tom to serve for the Seneca Sting. Absolute monster serve. Eric Perreault comes out right off the face, and it stays in bounds on the Fleming side, though. Joel House comes up, quick set, makes them pay. Seneca Sting certainly weren't ready for that at the net. 16-15. Eric Perreault to serve for the Fleming Knights. Eric with the patented floater serve. Out of bounds. Eric, almost like the Matrix, bends out of the way, lets the ball goes out of bounds, and gets the point for his team. What an athletic play by Mr. Perreault himself. Tie game, Eritz with the float serve. Quick set to Ishmael, who absolutely hammers the ball back left corner and keeps it in bounds. Point Seneca. Float serve to Scott Cockburn, hands it no problem. Steven sets it to Brandon Page. Block. Jackson keeps it alive. Steven back sets for Brandon again. He tips it. Tom there with the cover. David goes up. Kills that ball off Stephen Cadbro's block out of bounds. 18-16. Surprisingly, only the first kill for David in this game. Stephen Cadmore with the set to Brandon Page. Hammers it off the Sydney block. Once again, this guy is just a monster on the court, blocking everything at the net. Seeing some of the boys in the crowd right now coming to support the Fleming Knights. Anthony Otto, previous basketball player for the Fleming Knights, coming to support his old school. What a guy. What a guy, let me tell you. Timeout from the Fleming Knights, down 3, 19-16, in a must-win game to push Game 5. During this timeout, Anthony Otto, previous point guard for the Fleming Knights basketball team, coming out to support the men's volleyball team, rocking a fantastic gray sweatsuit. Let me tell you, looking great. Great shoes. What a guy. Thanks for coming, Anthony. Way to support. Yep, Toronto Blue Jays hat. Got to rep the local sports teams for absolute sure. How do you like the game so far, Anthony?
It's an amazing game, you know. I'm loving it. Every moment of it.
Absolutely. Eric Bro is playing great. Down 3 right now. Hopefully the Fleming Knights can come back. Anthony Otto had no idea that was live television, folks. He is very red right now. It's okay. He looks great, though. Sounds great. Coming out of the timeout, we've got Jeffrey serving for the Seneca Sting. Down 3. Hopefully Fleming can turn it around here. Scott Cockburn, messes up the little touch. Keeps it alive. Scott Cockburn pushes the ball. Tom for Seneca takes it. Sydney pushes it wide to David. David tips it. Keeps it alive. Sydney comes up. Absolutely annihilates the ball. Mean mugs Fleming. Point Seneca. Wow, what a guy. Holy freakish athleticism. This guy can jump out of the gym, folks. 2016 Seneca. Things aren't looking good for Fleming right now. Hopefully we can turn this around. Jeffrey with the serve. Can't handle it. And Libero just pushes the ball back at the corner where no Fleming players. We're down 5. Fleming a little flustered right now. Hopefully we can turn it around. Jeffrey to serve for the Seneca Sting. Easy float coming. Float right to Scott Cockburn. A little messy. Steven pulls it together. Joel Howes with an unorthodox swing, but gets it over the net. Quick set to Ishmael. Joel sends it right back down to a Mo Baby. Point Fleming Knights. Let's go. 21-17. Fleming Knights need to ride this out. We've got a sub. Joel sends one right back. Gets a quick water break on the bench. Edward Running Adams comes in. Coming in for his special serves. Down 4 points. Fleming Knights really need to pick this up. Eddie coming in with the float serve. Pushes it right down. Seneca Sting struggling to handle it. David with the swing. Eddie comes in. Great dig. Push it. Steven push it. Okay, keeps it alive. Sydney pushed out to David. Spinner off the block and out of bounds. Point Seneca. 22-17. Third-year Ishmael to serve for Seneca. Nice relaxed serve. Scotty hits the deck. Emmanuel with his long arms tipped that ball down right to the ground. 23-17. Fleming Knights kind of looking in trouble here. Trying to set up some serve receive here, Knights. Ishmael with the float serve coming. Scott Cockburn receives it. Steven grabs it, back set to Jackson, off the net. Seneca digs it, no problem. Quick set to Emmanuel, and he puts one down once again. He's had a very good game 4. 24-17, game point Seneca. Ishmael to serve. Fleming needs to go on a major run to keep this game alive. Float serve from Ishmael. Erich keeps it up. Steven with a quick set to Spencer. Bada bing, bada boom, right to the floor. Point Fleming, 24-18. We're still going to need a major run to keep this game alive here. Folks, Anthony Otto has his cap on backwards. We got the rally caps going for the Fleming Knights. Let's hope this goes well. Float serve by Stephen Cadmero. Sydney Pushes to David. David hammers one down. Great dig by Scott Cockburn. Spencer with a push. Sidney out. Quick serve to Emmanuel. And they call net violation on Fleming, and that is game. Unfortunate. Seneca Sting win 25-18. That will be the match. Seneca Sting win in 4 sets. Final game 25-18. Tough fought match by the Fleming Knights, just not their day today. Hopefully they'll come back and pick it up next game. Thanks for tuning in. Live from the Wellness Center, Fleming Knights Sports. You all have a great weekend.